Well, hello and welcome to Edgewood's 4G podcast. My name is Chris. I'm one of the pastors here at Edgewood, and I've got Addy Holmquist with me today. Man, Addy, you born and raised here at Edgewood, came up through kids ministry and student ministry. Yeah? Give me this. I'm throwing you all on the spot right from the beginning. What is a great memory from either kids ministry or student ministry that you hold on to?
I really enjoy all the retreats that we did through student ministries.
Yeah.
Just a weekend of getting away and hanging out with my besties.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite memories too. There's something about camps and retreats. Man, God just does amazing things within just the friendships that are built, as well as just working on our hearts during those times. So I agree with you. They're part of my favorite part of ministry as well. So Addy's on the podcast today. We're going to be talking about some ministry work that you've been doing over the past few months. But before we do that, let me ask you, how was Christmas?
It was good.
It was good?
Yes, it was really nice to be back with my family after 3 months of being away.
Yeah.
Really hectic. There was a lot going on, but it was fun.
Yeah. You guys hosted 5 different events at your home, right?
Yes, we did.
Were you the one that was in charge of cleaning every time?
Nope.
Yes.
I helped a little bit because I'm very helpful.
Yep.
But, it's mostly just my mom. She's in charge of all that.
Yeah, your mom, your family as a whole are great hosts. You guys, hospitality is definitely something that you've grabbed a hold of and do very well. So, so we've got Addy here. Wait, do you guys still have your Christmas tree up? Is it already down? It's still up?
We haven't put anything away yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It was yesterday, and I'm like, tree's going down.
My little cousin's birthday, we're having her party at my house, so I think my mom was waiting till we finished that to put everything away.
So keep it looking nice through
Yeah.
there. Gotcha. I love it. Hey, listen, Addy has been doing some ministry. You just graduated this last year, right?
Mm-hmm. In the spring.
Man, it feels like actually a really long. How's it feel for you? For me, it feels like years ago.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not really having anything to do.
Well, that's not true. You've been working like crazy.
Yeah. Now I don't have anything to do, and it's a little strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Addy, tell us this. We're going to get into some ministry work that you've been doing over the past couple months. But before we do that, just give us the brief overview, your testimony, when the story of you coming to faith.
Yeah, so I grew up in a Christian home. My grandparents are Christian, so it's always been very present in my life.
Yeah.
So I've always known about Jesus, but I did say the prayer and accept him as my savior when I was about 7 years old.
That's awesome. I love that you make this comment. You said I've always known who Jesus is, and it's that's the home that you've grown up in. Is that he's that God has talked about so often that you don't even remember a time before knowing who God is. I love that. That's the prayer that I've had for my kids, and now I currently have for my grandkids. Is that they're like, I've just grown up knowing and trusting God. I love that. So how's that progressed then from that point as 7-year-old Addy, praying for God to give grace to you and to save you? How has that been from that point to today of who you are in terms of your faith? How have you grown in your faith over the past 11 years, I guess it would be?
Yeah, my school, because I was homeschooled, so the curriculum we used was very Bible-based, which really helped me to know the stories even better than just hearing them at church once or twice a week.
Yeah.
It's every day, so I know them very well. And then going into high school years, it's more getting more independence and making it your own, which has really helped me. And then also my mom has pushed me to go out and do things, going out to camp every year and doing all these extracurricular activities. I volunteered in a couple places. So it's really helped me become independent in my faith.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I think that's one of my favorite parts of student ministry is watching students like really own their faith, saying, this is what I believe, not just mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, but this is what I believe. And so I love that piece about student ministry. It's fun watching you wrestle through over those years that you were with us in student ministry. It's fun to watch you kind of wrestle through some of that stuff and really come to a place where you're like, my faith is my own. Yeah. That's awesome. What was there any like defining moments for your spiritual growth? You talked about some retreats and camps were big deals. Is there anything else that you would have been like, this is a pretty big deal in terms of me growing in my faith?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed Summit over the summer.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was a lot of classes, Bible-based classes that were really good in like going out in the world, and these are things that like are debated about and that are going on in the world. So like learning about those biblically was really nice.
Yeah, so Summit, we took students out to Summit in Colorado, and it is 2 weeks intensive worldview training, and so help you to understand what it means and looks like for you out of a biblical worldview. But then you guys learned about like other worldviews.
We did.
And how like they don't align, right?
Right.
Yeah. I love taking students out there to Summit. You guys specifically just like really dove in, present in everything that you did out there. I was proud of you guys out there. So then following graduation, this spring, you decided to take a gap year. So give me the thoughts behind that of taking a gap year.
Well, I knew from a young age that I did not want to do college because I really didn't like school. So not planning on college, just going to go into work. And then a couple years back, my sister did a gap year program. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I'll go and like do that because it seemed fun and like something else before starting working, which my mother always says, you'll have the rest of your life to work. So might as well do something else while you can. Yeah. So I had already like had in my head that I wanted to do something else. I just wasn't sure what. Yeah.
Greta, your older sister, she took a gap year up at Camp Forest Springs.
Yes.
Right? Which is Edgewood partners with Camp Forest Springs quite a bit. And so she did a gap year up there. Where was it that you wrestled through, you decide you're going to take a gap year. Why specifically did you choose the ministry that you did for your gap year?
Well, I heard about it at a leadership conference that we went to in the fall or spring. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
There were like a couple other programs there. They actually were like on the stage promoting their internship.
Okay.
But I wasn't really listening to that. It's kind of a funny story. I wasn't really listening because it was kind of boring, whatever. But then they were like throwing merchandise into the audience.
They got you with the merch.
They did. No, but it gets better.
Okay.
We were in the back, the second to last row, and I was like, they're probably just standing on the stage, weekly throwing them out. So there's no way it's going to come back here when all the tall people in front of us are standing up.
Yep.
And then the girl next to me goes, Addy, look out. And this shirt comes and hits me in the face. So,
divine intervention right there.
Yeah, that's how I heard about them. And then when we got home, I looked it up and looked into it. It was like, who's out here assaulting me? And then not even maybe the next day, Mom was like, you should look at these different gap year programs they had and see if you want to do one. And it was the shortest.
Okay.
It was only 3 months. It was 3, 6, or 9 months, but only 3 months to start.
Yeah.
And then it sounded really interesting. It was just working and then like obviously Bible study stuff, but then also learning about the culture, which Mexican culture is very fun and very cool, and I enjoy it.
Okay.
And all the others sounded really intense, and I was like, well, I'll do this one because it's short. But yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us, who's the organization, the ministry that you're actually are partnering with?
It was called Mexico Caravan Ministries.
Okay.
But over the fall, it was taken over by Radius International, and it is now called Radius Serve.
Radius Serve. So do you get all brand new merch now since they changed the name? Yeah, score. Awesome. Okay, so let's tell me this. So you said you were like, well, this one's the shortest one. How nervous were you about doing this?
I really wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. The thing I was nervous for the most was just like flying home by myself.
Yeah.
Which ended up being like super chill after some complications, but it ended up being perfectly fine. But
you're a world traveler. You've been down to Belize and everything, so
yes.
So traveling for you is pretty much easy now, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right. So you chose the 3-month program. Why was it what was it about the time duration? Why was it that you were like, 3 months? Is it because you were like just nervous about being away from family, or you just didn't want to make a huge commitment at the beginning?
Probably that I didn't want to make a huge commitment. Yeah. I went and worked at a camp Four Springs actually.
Yes, you did.
A couple summers ago. Yeah. And I did that for like a month. Yeah. So like I knew kind of like I've been away from my family for a while, and I was like, it'll be fine. It's only like 2 extra months in that, and it's not even that big a deal. And I figured if I really loved it that much, which I did, then I could probably extend and stay for another 3 months.
Yeah. Which
I am doing.
You are. Yes. All right. Now we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead of the whole story here, though. So tell us, and so it is Radius Serve is the ministry that you're partnering with. You've been down there for 3 months already. Mm-hmm. You just came home for a break during the holidays, right? Tell us about some of the work that you've been doing down there.
Yeah. So their mission statement, I think is what it's called, is mobilizing Christ followers for missions.
Okay.
So the main thing that they do is they have church groups come down, which can be youth groups or young adult groups or like elderly adult groups. Anybody can come down for different periods of time, and then depending on how long they're there, they can do different things. They have builds, which is where we go out and we build little 12 by 12 homes for people.
Okay.
And then they also can do things called ministry days.
Okay.
Which there's 3 different things you can do. There's a couple orphanages that we partner with, and so you can go and you can play with the kids, or if they need help fixing stuff, you can do that. And then there's this other ministry called Spectrum Ministries.
Okay.
Which is like a fair kind of. They have games and snacks for kids, and then they also have a Bible story.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a Bible story.
Yeah. We'll go with it.
While they're doing that, they hand out produce to the adults.
Okay.
And then the last thing.
So it's like an evangelism opportunity with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing is called Esperanza, which is a place where people live next to this place called the Dump, where people can take their trash.
Okay.
And so Esperanza is very poor. The people there build their homes from stuff they find at the dump. And so we go and we hand out food to them.
Wow. So how many, I've got 100 questions. How many teams have you helped while you were down there?
The fall is considered one of their off seasons, so there's a lot less groups that come down.
Sure.
So there was maybe 10 groups that came down over the whole 3 months.
Okay. And then you're planning to go back this spring, and so then is the spring their busy season then? If
their busiest season is the summer.
Okay.
And so the fall and the spring are both considered off seasons, but I was told that the spring that coming up is more busy than it usually is, because there's for the first month and a half there is back-to-back groups coming down.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's busier, more groups than what they're used to. I wonder what's driving that.
I don't know. Maybe the merger with Radius or something else. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just love the idea that God's mobilizing people. No matter what it is, if it's the merger or if God is just working on hearts or whatever it is, that God is mobilizing people for ministry. So did you get the opportunity then to serve in all of those places? Did you get the opportunity to serve what was the one that they were, that I said was more like evangelism?
Oh, Spectrum.
Spectrum. Did you get to serve in all those areas?
Yeah. When we didn't have groups, it was a lot of just like working around the dorms, but occasionally we'd get to go to Spectrum and help out there.
Okay.
And we went to one of the orphanages a couple times.
Yeah.
We never went to Esperanza as a intern staff, but we also got to go and sit in on some of the Radius classes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Very cool. Radius is a whole thing in and of itself. It's mobilizing people to go and do missions.
Yes.
Right? And so it's an amazing thing in and of itself. Like, go check it out and learn more about Radius. It's pretty cool. So you got to sit in on some classes. Was there like any specific class that you remember that you sat in on, or? It was amazing, though.
Yeah, it was. We got to hear from the founders of Radius, the Busers.
Yeah.
Missionaries from Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
They would also come and speak at Caravan.
Okay.
Because the groups would come down, and then we'd have speakers in the mornings. And so sometimes they would come down and speak. And that was really cool to hear about, like, their time over in PNG. And then also just, like, how other people can be preparing for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
The best.
Oh, I'm ready.
From Radius.
Yes.
Was one time Brad Buser was speaking, and within maybe it was like after 5 years of whatever tribe he had been with.
Yeah.
They were watching Jurassic Park. And the people believed that is what America was like. And he was like, yes, every day we just go out and hunt dinosaurs. So there's a tribe out there in Papua New Guinea
that thinks there's
dinosaurs in America.
Because they watched Jurassic Park?
Yep. They like played some joke on him or whatever, and so he did that. And yeah, I don't think he ever told them that there's not. To this day, they just think there's dinosaurs in America. And we're just out here hunting them.
I don't even know what to do with that. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, but thank you for that information.
Yes.
This spring, will you have like Esperanza? The first mission trip that I took, I was a brand new believer. Man, I don't know if I'd been a believer for a year, and it's when there was this monster earthquake in Haiti. And I got to be part of a team that went down, and we worked in a girls' orphanage. And I just remember that was the first time my eyes were open to like that kind of poverty. Mm-hmm. And I'd never seen I just had never seen a world like that before. And seen, I've shared with students I know multiple times. This is where I was at this girls' orphanage, and all of a sudden, in the midst of all of this like destruction and poverty, in the middle of the night, it starts raining, and I look out the window, and here's a lot that's flooded, and there's a guy that had just a tarp that he made into a tent, and where he was at sleep and began to flood. Oh. And he starts to sing, and I was talking with one of the people there from Haiti that was with our team, and I was like, what's he singing? And he goes, he's singing praises to God. And I was just like, this is beyond anything I can understand as growing up in the U.S. and to try to wrap my mind around this poverty, and yet how much they've got nothing else to hold on to other than God. And I think that in so many ways we're at a spiritual disadvantage here in the States because of the overabundance that we have. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so you share about Esperanza, and I was like, man, like I'd love the opportunity to go and to love some people there, and to just to see and hear their life, and I walk into a place like that and I'm like, how can I encourage them? And at the end of the day, I think they probably would challenge me in my faith more than what I could encourage them in theirs. But yeah, I'm excited. If you have the chance to go to Esperanza, you got to call me up and been like, here's what it was like. All right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you shared some highlights. That's awesome. How did you grow as a believer, especially when in the area of serving in leadership in your time down there?
Yes. So there was definitely a lot of growing up to do, because you as an intern are responsible for the groups and making sure they're getting whatever they're doing for that day, they're getting done, but also that they're having fun and being safe, of course. So there's like a lot of responsibility put on you to take care of the groups and make sure that they're getting everything done. And then also being willing to like serve them in the way that they need to like put that example forward to them. In our I forgot what it's called, introduction thing we do with them, one of the things that we say is like having a servant's heart. And so we also have to show that by having a servant's heart towards them and our other interns on our team.
Yeah. How do you think that's changed you? I mean, obviously it's interesting. It's interesting because, you know, I know you from where you were in high school, and the last time I saw you was before you left. And I saw you then at a Christmas party at your mom's house that you guys hosted. And I was like, there's something different about this girl. And my wife and I were talking about it on the way home. And I was like, Addy, talk to me. And I was like, this is crazy. Addy actually talked to me. But there is something of like a confidence that you have right now that I haven't seen before. And I love this. This is all, I'm saying this is all positive. What do you attribute that to? Like, what is it that God's been doing in your heart to get you this? I'm just dropping this on you right now, but what's God been doing on your heart during your time down there?
Well, he's just been working in my like maturing and growing up. Like I said, there's a lot of responsibility, so you have to like be mature, but also like be able to have fun. And so finding a balance in that. And it's different because I don't like, I mean, I love being in charge of people, but I hate making decisions.
I'm aware.
Having to do that like every day. For a whole group of people.
Not just you, but you're making decisions for a group of people. How big are the groups of people that you were leading down there?
They vary in size very much. We've had, our smallest group was 7 people.
Okay.
And then our largest group was 20 to 30 something.
Okay.
I was told like over the summer they'll have groups of like 60 people. So they can be really big.
I love how you're rising to the occasion of being willing to be stretched and being willing to be uncomfortable, right? And it definitely seems like God's growing you through that. Yes, that's amazing. So heading back down in February, what are your hopes for your time in, because you weren't planning to go back, right? The initial commitment was for the fall. Tell me about like, what was it that you're like, I want to come back?
I just really love the people that I met there. We go to just churches down there. So some of the people that I met at church that I could talk with, because I don't really know Spanish, and only like, it's mostly Spanish down there, but there were like a couple people that spoke English. So like making connections with those people, and I love them. So getting to go back and see them. And then also I really love serving people. And so just getting another 3 months to just show God's love to these people who have next to nothing.
I love that. So you're excited to go down for that. What was, you made a comment at the very beginning when we started talking here today that the culture and the people down there you love. What's, like, tell me more about that. What's something about the culture and the people specifically that you just have grown just to, God's growing that love for them within your heart?
Their culture is just like super open and everyone is super friendly. Which is really nice. So like every week we go to church and like you greet a bunch of people when you're coming in, and then they have their music and like they sing a song, and then they have a time where you just greet everyone. And so you just like go around like, hola, buenos dias, buenos dias. And so I think that's super cool because we're not like to ourselves and closed here, but like it's so much more open and friendly there. And I love that.
I've had similar experiences when I was in the area. Even down when we went to Belize, it seemed like it was that way, right? People are just so friendly.
Yes.
Yeah. Walk up to you on the street and they're like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I have another question for you, and my phone timed out. Man, you jumped ahead. You already hit a couple of my questions. Who's one person down there that you've met that's been impactful for you?
I mean, all of the people that I was working with, all of the interns, I love them all.
Yeah.
They really help me like smooth out my rough edges, as our personalities didn't always get along.
Yeah.
So just like that really helped with my self-control and patience, which is stuff that I have seen been worked on for a long time. So building up to this moment.
Yeah.
But even that, like, it's still hard. So like those people were really good in helping with my patience and self-control.
No, that's awesome, right? Like God uses people to refine us.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. And so God uses that to sharpen us. I've talked with, Grant Williams. He's up at Forest Springs. When I talked with Greta when she was up there, I was trying to think of, Nick Fry when he served out at Summit. One thing that they've talked about is just the community amongst the rest of like the staff at each of those camps. What's been your experience with that? Besides like smoothing out some rough edges, right? But how's that community with you guys?
It is great. We're all like the same. The oldest person there, the oldest intern there was 21.
Okay.
So we're all the same age and like not all like the same level of maturity, but like around the same.
Are you the most mature?
Oh, for sure. No, well, maybe.
Maybe.
All
right. I was asking about the community.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So it's just really fun. On the weekends, we get the weekends off, or we get 2 days off a week. And so we, as a staff, we tried to do something together every week, whether that was like watching a movie or going out somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that was really fun, just getting to like hang out with people my age.
Yeah.
Like-minded.
Yeah. That's cool. I remember when we went out to Summit just this last summer, that I was sitting there, and here is some of the staff members, and they're out on the front porch, and there's just a handful of them, and they were doing a Bible study together, and you just hear their conversations, and they're just working through what they believe in, the characteristics of who God is, right? And so it's like these kind of conversations, and then there's like crazy conversations where they're like, let's go stick tiny pictures of Nick Fry all over the walls throughout the hotel. But it was like all of these relationships that I was able to witness anyway, they were so edifying. They were building each other up. The conversations that they were having, it wasn't like always about like directly about God, but they were all God honoring conversations. And I was like, man, what a cool environment just to be able to be immersed in, even for a short time. That's not the world.
Yeah.
That's just not the reality of the world and where we live. And I think you can only live in a bubble like that for so long. That's how God created it, but the fallen world we're in. And so have you had a similar experience? Like you feel almost like you're in a bubble like that? Or do you feel like, no, we've got enough of people and drama and everything coming in that I don't feel like I'm in this Jesus bubble, but I feel like I've got a good balance of dealing with the world as well?
I feel like there's a good balance down there. You're like in a bubble of English amongst the Spanish. So it is kind of like just you and your little group of interns. Yeah. Because you can all talk to each other. But I do feel like we got a lot of good perspective from seeing out into the world, and then that affecting us as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's so good. Tell me about, has your So you've gone to Belize before on a mission trip. We did a local serving camp here. You didn't go with us on that?
No.
Oh, I forgive you. But even with comparing like your experience with Belize, where's your heart in terms of missions and God's call for us to make disciples? Has it changed? Has it shifted? Do you think it's matured, or do you think you're like, no, this has been more ingrained, of this calling on God, on your life with God?
I feel like, wait, I just had it. Oh, I have more of like an understanding.
Okay.
Of God's heart for the nations. And I don't feel like called to missions.
Yeah.
But I definitely see God's heart for it and like love being involved in it, even if it's just like short term.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God's called some people to go to the nations, and he's called other peoples to make disciples within their families, right? And the important part is God's called all of us as believers to make disciples, and that location where shifts from one person to the next. What do you see your future plans are now? So you're halfway through your gap year, then, right? You're getting ready to head back. Have you looked past this spring of going back and said, I think this might be the direction I'm gonna start moving?
Yes. So as of now, when I come back, I plan to go into vinyl wrapping. So like car wraps and maybe sign wraps. I'm not sure. I just know about the cars.
Yeah.
'Cause my dad took over a business recently
Okay.
that does that. So
awesome.
It's all set up, ready to go.
Awesome. So you think, I mean, you've got an artistic spot to you as well. And so like, does that almost seem like an artistic outlet doing some of that?
Yeah.
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 Plus you make cars look amazing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
I love small, detailed, meticulous things.
Yeah.
So that's really like, it is big, but like there's details that you have to get done that I think that's pretty good at for me.
Yeah.
So,
very cool.
Yes.
I like that. I like it. So, do you think plans will be staying back here in the Quad Cities then? I mean, obviously, if you're going to be working alongside your pops, that it would be back here in the Quad Cities?
Yeah. I really don't want to like live far away because I love my family and I love being close to them.
Yeah.
In their house.
Wait, are you going to be the one that's living in their basement when you're 30? No.
Not forever.
No.
Just for now. But I love my family and I love being close to them. So I'm hoping that I can stay here.
I love that. That's cool. I had another. What does missions look like for you when you get back here then? And this is a question I'm just popping on you, and you may not even have a specific answer. Like, you've had so many opportunities on helping people and leading people, right?
Yeah.
And specifically down there, how do you think some of those skills that God's been refining in you in the mission field down there translate back here to your time as you move back home?
Haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I want to get back involved with Sparkies in the next year because I love kids.
Yeah.
I love working with them, and they're just that age that's like adorable.
How many years? Here's a shout out for Addy. Addy's been. How many years have you been serving with the Sparkies?
Like somewhere between like 2 and 5.
Okay,
So-
because I know throughout student ministry you
Yep.
were doing it. So Addy would you would come into student ministry after the games and usually after the music. You made sure you were back there for our large group and
Yeah.
small group teaching. But she was spending that time that the rest of our students were doing games and some music, and you were spending that time pouring into the
Yeah.
Sparkies. I love it, man.
They do their small group at the beginning. So I go up and I listen to their verses and then they go off into large group and then I come down to listen to the student lessons.
Yeah, I loved it. I love
Yes.
it. Very cool. Wait, I'm excited for where God has you and where God is moving you. And I love seeing, it's always fun to sit there and look at some of our graduated seniors and see how you guys are taking your next steps. And like this, whether you're, again, making disciples to the nations or you're making disciples to your neighbors or in your family, like, I'm just excited you guys are fulfilling God's call on your life in terms of making disciples. And so it sounds weird, but I'm so proud of you and being willing to go and being willing to serve the way you are. And man, I'm sure that those teams and those people down there are blessed by having you down there. But hey, listen, let me pray, and we will end up seeing you guys next time. Father, we love you, God. God, we thank you for Addy, and we thank you for her heart to serve. God, we thank you for her heart first and foremost for you, that she just is willing to go wherever it is that you call her. She's willing to be placed into a place where she's uncomfortable. She's willing to take and leave the safety and kind of that security of her family. But God, we just pray you continue to work on her, refine those edges down. And we know that process can be painful and difficult at times. But God, we just want at the end of the day, when people look at us, to see you. And so God, I just pray for ahead of time for her time this fall. I pray that you just prepare the hearts of people that she will come in contact with, that she's got the opportunity to share the gospel with them, that they have willing and receiving hearts. God, we pray for the teams that'll be going down there. We pray for unity amongst those teams. We pray for just a heart that they're serving, God. And from it all, we just want you seen as big and mighty and amazing. So God, we just thank you for the ministries. We thank you for the work that they're doing. But God, from it all, we just want you lifted high. So God, we lift up for you. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you for joining us this week on our 4G podcast with Addy Holmquist. And we'll see you guys next week.